Continuing our review of Genesis 2 1 through 3. Thus the heavens and the earth were finished, and all the host of them. And on the seventh day God ended his work which he had made, and he rested on the seventh day from all his work which he had made. And God blessed the seventh day and sanctified it, because in it he had rested from all his work which God created and made. One thing to note, God said he rested, not is resting, rested. This further solidifies that this is a day as we know it. And to make sure we understand this, God wrote with his own finger in stone, "For in 6 days the Lord made the heavens and the earth, the sea, and all that in them is, and rested the seventh day. Therefore the Lord blessed the Sabbath day and hallowed it." This is Exodus 20:11. So no matter what is taught in school or the current theory of the day, just know that God himself wrote that he created everything in 6 days with his own finger in stone. God, having completed the creation, also verifies the first law of thermodynamics, which is the conservation of matter and energy. This asserts that matter and energy can neither be created or destroyed, because the creation is done. Since that time, man has not been able to create anything that was not made from something that God had already made. And the only additions to the creation since that time that we're aware of were performed by none other than God himself. Yes, the Lord Jesus Christ, he did create. Jesus didn't necessarily create anything new that he hadn't already created. And one example of that was when he fed the 5,000 with a couple of fish and 5 loaves of bread. And remember, only the men were counted. There were likely over 10,000 people fed in one day. And for me, I infer from this account that, well, those fish were cooked, because we're informed in the scriptures that there was bread. And to make bread, you have to cook it. So this was most likely what we would call a sack lunch. This may not be super important to some, but I believe that God made a cooked, ready to eat meal, over 10,000 of them. In closing, God did say that he sanctified the day. This day is known as the Sabbath day. For us, with regard to the Sabbath, there are a few verses that we can lean on in the New Testament, which is Romans 14:5, Galatians 4:10, and Colossians 2:16. Colossians 2:16 reads, "Let no man therefore judge you in meat or food or drink or in respect of a holy day or of the new moon or of the Sabbath days." When you study your scriptures, you'll find that the Sabbath day is very important. As always, I would encourage you to do your own study about your observation of the Sabbath day. It is important to spend time with the Lord daily in prayer and in his word. But my interpretation of the Sabbath day observation in the new covenant through the Lord Jesus Christ is to set aside some time, at least one day of the week, to rest, do something restful or good, and spend some time with the Lord Jesus Christ in prayer and study of his word. It doesn't necessarily have to be on Saturday or Sunday, just one day out of 7. And it's not meant to be a good works based type event, but something you do out of your love and relationship with the living God. Father, I thank you for your creation, that you created all things, set all things in order, and hold all things together according to the scriptures.